All right. Once again, Business Credit Builder. My name is Noel Booker, everybody. How's everybody doing? Thank y'all for coming. Today, you will witness the free money edition of how to build business credit. Okay. I think somebody's finding the chat box there. Y'all can just put in your name, your business name, and what you do in the chat box. That way we get to know each other a little bit. All right. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna get going. How about that? All righty. So now you should be able to see my desktop. Okay. Okay. Oops. What happened? I messed up here. Something went wrong here. Okay, there we go. We should be good. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social and easily get business loans and credit lines. And this is the free money edition where when I say free money, it's not like I'm giving up free, but I'm going to show you how I found out about business credit and my client, how he gets free money. Okay, I'm going to tell you this story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit now, then I'm going to tell you more about it at the end. But by the end of this presentation, you're going to know the free money story. Also today, after this webinar, we're going to do a special pricing webinar. Well, I'm going to show you the business credit builder that's powered by the business finance suite. All right. So after this, if you have not registered now, register for that, because then you'll be able to see the back end on how we make all this happen. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me give you some information about me. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. I'm the CEO at businesscreditbuilder.us LLC. Check out the contact info. You got my email, noel@businesscreditbuilder.us. And there are 3 buttons at the bottom. The green button is how you can get a free guide on how to build business credit. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. The blue button is what you do if you want to just start building up your business credit. Talk to us and we map out a plan of action to help you build your business credit. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us. And I'm going to be saying that a few times, but I'm just going to say / and then what goes after that. Okay. Y'all understand that? Y'all got that? Okay. So this one is going to be /consult. All right. Now, the red button, if you think you may qualify for funding now, then you go to /get funding. Okay. What we will cover today, how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your social, even if you're a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources such as Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. How you can access loans and credit lines, even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. All right. This thing ain't working. Okay. Most people fail when trying to get money and grow their business. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. That's one thing, right? In the wrong order. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths. What I like to call the 3 C's of funding. The 3 C's of funding are credit, collateral, and cash flow. All lenders are going to look at these 3 C's and determine whether or not you get approved. Okay? They will definitely do that. They're going to look at your credit, personal credit and business credit. They're going to look at your collateral, assets that you might have to offset the cost of what you are borrowing, right? And cash flow, that's how much money you got flowing through your bank, right? Okay, they're going to look at those 3 things, 3 C's. Now, if you have all 3 of these 3 C's, then you can possibly qualify for an SBA loan, right? If you have 2 of these 3 C's, then you can possibly qualify for a term loan. And if you have 1 of these 3 C's, depending on the one that you do have, there is funding available to you. Now, if you have none of these 3 C's, then that's when you start building business credit. And as you build business credit, you get access to more and more funding, okay? Okay, so let me take a look at the chat box. Who we got in the house? We got granola cereal. That's what is this? Bond Jellica. Oh, I remember you from last week. All right. They got the granola cereal. Nikesia, she's a hair braider. All right. You definitely can use business credit. Who else we got? I'm gonna mess up your name, Mr. or Mrs. Javon. But they got the Rollback Company, they get transportation. I think I remember your name. Jasmine H. Paul, they have the Heal Mind, Body, Soul Incorporated, health and wellness coaching. All right. Thanks everybody for putting that in there. That's great. Okay, so let's get started. Now, before I get started, feel free to take notes. At particular times, I'll see if you have any questions. If you have questions, raise your hand. You can turn on your mic, or you can put it in the chat box. All right, if you got questions along the way. I'm gonna go fast because I got a lot of information to condense into a little bit of time. So I am gonna go kind of fast, but at the end, you'll definitely have an opportunity to ask any question. So if I'm not able to get to a question that you have yet, just hold it. At the end, I'm gonna make sure you get your questions answered. Okay, cool. What is business credit, they say? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. The credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay. The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, and more. Why business credit is awesome. Business credit has no effect on your personal credit. No personal guarantee is needed to get business credit. Business credit building is fast. Or with business credit, you can offset your current expenses, right? When you have business credit, it could mean the increase of the chances of you getting approved with better rates and terms. Building business credit, there is no collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed to build business credit. And when you have business credit, you can access loans and credit lines. Okay. Let me tell you about the first part of the free money situation, right? Okay, so I do accounting and bookkeeping, right? My company, Media Net USA, we do accounting and bookkeeping. And we also do websites, right? And now we talk about business credit. But a few years ago, I was working for a client doing their accounting for his freight company, right? And he also had me doing websites for his companies and his clients' companies. And I noticed that every time I did a website, $250,000 hit the bank. Boom. I know that because I'm doing the books. Okay. So one day I asked him, I said, hey, I need to make some money. Can you find something for me to do? This is what he said. He said, go find a company and we're going to do a deal with this company so they can get some money and I can get a piece of that. I can get paid for assisting in that process, right? So cool. I went to my buddy. His name is Philly Phil. He had a company that he was just sitting on. He wasn't doing anything. I told him what I saw. He said, okay, let's try it, right? 6 months later, we walk into Chrysler with a $250,000 credit line. We walked out of there with 4 brand new vans, all right? And we did that without a personal credit check, all right? So that's what get me to know that, hey, this thing does work, right? Now, by the end of this presentation, I'm gonna tell you about how he gets free money, right? Now I found out that business credit exists and you could use it to your benefit for your business. So I'm gonna tell you about that once I tell you how to build business credit, all right? So now I'm gonna teach you how to build business credit. And a lot of these classes are like sales classes, right? Where they tell you just enough so you can buy the product, right? Well, this is not like a sales class, even though I sell the product. And today we got a super discount, but I actually teach you every step to build business credit. All right. Just take notes and you can do it on your own. You won't even need me for real. All right. Okay. Every successful business in America has a business credit. Right. This is how business is done with business credit. All right. What you see now is what anybody can see for free. This is public information, right? There's a place on the Experian website that you can put your business name and your business address in, and you can get this information. This is for Facebook Incorporated in Menlo Park, California. Now notice they got 40 trade lines. You see that? They got 40 trade lines. And let me go over what a trade line is real quick, just so that we're all on the same page. A trade line is when you go to a company and they give you an account, a credit account, which means you can buy something on credit, right? So let's say we go get something on credit. That means we have the item. They gave us an invoice that tells us the details of what we bought and when to pay it, right? So then we pay it. So this is what happens when we pay it. This is what happens. This company sends a report to the business credit reporting agencies. The report says, XYZ company, they're going to account with us. Their limit is such and such amount of dollars, and they made a purchase with us. And they paid that purchase off in X amount of days. And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies, and the business credit reporting agencies, they put that on your credit profile, your business credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Does anybody have a question about what a trade line is? You can type it in the box, raise your hand, turn on your mic, whatever, run it. All right. Any questions? No questions. All right, let's move forward. Boom. Okay, so we got Microsoft. They got 131 trade lines. You see that? Right? They got 131. And Walmart. Walmart got 513. They're like the king of business credit. And this is how they do it. They go to a company like Bounty. They say, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. The owner don't go in his pocket and pay for this. He don't call the accounting department and say, cut a check. The truckload comes to the store. They put it on the shelf. We go in there and we buy it. They take our money and pay the bill. And they say, thank you. Here's 5 truckloads. You did that good. Keep flipping it. That's how business is done. At the big corporate level and at the small business level. At the small business level, a corner store, for instance, right? The bread delivery comes. They're not paying for that bread. Right then, they're counting how many units came in, how many units went out. This is business credit. This is how business is done. Okay? How we can help. The Business Credit Builder. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay? Yeah. Well, let's get started. How do you build business credit? Okay. First step, right, is credibility, also called fundability. Now, this is the basic stuff right here. This is basically how you set up your business. It's the easy stuff, right? But I'm gonna tell you that it's the most important step in the whole process, right? Okay. The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. All right? This is the most important step right here. Okay, so let's start with the business name. So basically, you got to register a business name. You got to have a business registered with the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in. In Georgia, it's $100 per year. No. It's $100 to reserve, but then it's $50 to renew every year. Okay. Now, every state does this differently. So depending on what state you're in, there's a different price for you to do that in a different renewal process, right? Now, when you apply for your business name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. What you need to know is that in order to separate your personal liability from your business liability, you must select an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, or a corporation. If you select a proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for anything that happens with this business. All right? That's what you need to know. Okay. EIN number. I'm not going to talk that much about the EIN number, but I'm going to tell you what you need to know. In order to build business credit, you need an EIN number. You cannot build business credit without an EIN number. The second thing that you need to know is that the EIN number is free. It's absolutely free, so don't go out there and pay for an EIN number. If you got a question about an EIN number, you can ask me, but I think everybody knows what that is. We're going to be moving forward. All right. Now, address. There are 3 options when determining what your business address should be. There are 3 options and no more options after the three that I tell you. The first option is to have a brick and mortar. You definitely need a place that can accept packages, right? But not everybody can do that brick and mortar thing. That's kind of expensive to start out with and all that stuff, maintaining. The second option is a virtual office address. There are many companies in every city that offer a virtual or business address for as low as $50 per month. The third and the last resort is your home address. The reason why the home address is the last resort is because lenders and creditors do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. But they do this on a case-by-case basis, right? So, for instance, let's say you're a hairstylist, like the young lady in here, right? She does the braiding of hair, right? Well, that's logical to be doing hair from the house. They just want to make sure that you can pay the bill. Well, shoot, people do hair at the house all the time. It looks like they can pay the bill. That sounds normal, right? Now, on the other side of that is, let's say you're a trucking company. Well, let's say you can't, it's not logical to keep all these trucks you say you have at your house. Now, the other, and also in addition to that is on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So when they are deciding to give you this loan, they're looking right at your business address and they're trying to see, does this make sense? Are they trying to get me? You know what I mean? Can they pay the bill? Are they going to be able to pay the bill, right? All right. So you might not, you have to look credible. It's the perception, right? You have to look credible, right? It's the perception. You don't have to be credible. You just have to look credible, okay? All right. So the home address is the last resort. You definitely need a deliverable physical address, and you cannot use a P.O. box or a UPS address. Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Okay. This is my go-to for virtual address, Da Vinci Virtual Office Solutions. Okay. Now, there are a bunch of companies out there. There's a bunch of companies out there that say that they give you a virtual business address, but some of them will give you the same address that they already gave hundreds of other businesses. You don't want that. That creates a red flag. You need a unique address for your business. Okay? And Da Vinci will make sure that happens. Go to /vendors and you can get on there, there's a telephone number to call, there's a name to ask for, and there's specific verbiage that you need to be aware of. So look at that page, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, okay? And get your address correct. Get it right the first time, all right? All right, business phone. All right, this is the rundown for the business phone. You definitely, without question, need a local number that is listed with the National 411 directory. There's no skipping this piece right here, okay? This is not the piece that you skip over. You definitely need a local number that is listed with your National 411 directory assistance. That's mandatory. And when they do that, they link it to your address, right? Now, having a 800 number and a fax number is not necessary. Having the local one is necessary, but having a 800 number and a fax number is not so necessary. But this is how they do it. They're gonna check that local number to see if it's listed, right? and they're going to say check. Then they're going to see that you got a fax number and you got an 800 number. Now you're looking more credible. Okay. You're looking like you might be able to pay your bill now. Okay. That's how they think. I don't think that like that, but that's how the lenders think. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the same stuff I talked about. Now, what you cannot use is a cell phone number as your main business number. You cannot use your main telephone, your home line as your main business number. Okay, don't do that. Okay, you can operate your business with a cell phone or your main home number, but having a local number listed is key. All right, and I'm gonna give you the hookup, right? But I'm gonna tell you why too, just so you don't think I'm just saying stuff. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, okay. So check it. This is why you cannot use a cell phone or a home number, right? Because on the application there are different fields, and each field that they're asking you to put something in, they're actually doing something. In the telephone section, what they are actually doing is pulling up a database of all cell phones, of all home numbers, that if you match up on that listing, they could deny you. And they don't have to tell you why. That's the key piece. They don't have to tell you why they denied you. Okay? You see how this works. It's necessary, right? They don't have to tell you. Like with personal credit, they have to ask you permission to look at your personal credit. And then if they deny you, they have to tell you why they denied you. With business credit, it's not like that. They do not have to ask you permission to look at your business credit, and they do not have to tell you why they denied you. Okay? So that's why it's important to get all of these credibility steps correct from the beginning. That way, if you get denied down the line, you know it's not this stuff because they don't have to tell you. But if this is set up right, then you know it's not that. All right? Okay. This is the go-to for the local telephone numbers. Any one of these three companies, Freedom Voice, Ring Central, Vonage, all of them will hook you up right, listed and all that, right? For the cheap. But Freedom Voice is my go-to. Freedom Voice, why? Because they'll give you a local number for $9.95. They'll also list it with the National 401 Directory for $3 per month, $13 a month. I figured I need to at least spend that. They'll also give you a fax number and an 800 number for under $20 a month. So boom, that's the hookup right there. You got to do that local number for sure, though. All right. All right. Website. Not having a website will get you denied. The lenders will go to Google, put in your business number in the Google search, and hopefully they find your business. Okay, hopefully they find your business. And when they do find your business, they're going to skip right over that pretty homepage, and they're going to go straight to the contact page. Okay, the contact page. And they're going to check your business name, your telephone number, and your address, and they're going to make sure that that is the same that you put on the application. See, now they're trying to catch you slipping up, okay? Because they see that being different information, that means to them, well, where are they? Are they at this address or that address? Is that the number or is that the number? Are they going to pay the bill? Basically, that's all they're trying to figure out, right? All right, and that's how they're thinking. All right. So spend the time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. My company is MediaNet USA, and we do websites for small businesses. We have a small business web package that is all inclusive, meaning that you don't have to do nothing. I'm going to do everything, right? And this is what you get. You get 12 months. Oh, all right, hold on. You get domain registration, 12 months web hosting. I'll design the website. I'll update the website every month, give you unlimited emails, expert customer support, and internet consultation. If you need a website, schedule your free business credit consultation, that blue button /consult. And that's like my appointment thing, right? So just schedule an appointment, do the consultation, right? Boom, get your website going. It starts at $350. Today, after this web presentation, we're going to have another presentation, and we're going to have some discounted prices for today only. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Email. It is important to get a company email address for your business. It's not only professional, but greatly helps the chances of getting the thumbs up from a credit provider. Setting up a business email address is just too easy. All right. So email address, right? Simple. The deal is lenders and credit. I see there's a question up there. I'm gonna get to you. Lenders and creditors do not want to see you communicating with them from a free email service. They want to see you do business and communicate with them through your business email, which means you need to have a business email that's like your name at yourbusinessname.com. This is simple stuff, right? It's good to understand how the lenders think, right? They don't want to see you doing business from that free email. All right, let's see what we got going here. We got a question. Miss Zaka, wow, good to know. Not using mobile and business number. Oh, yeah. That's some, that's some crucial stuff right there. Okay, so Bet, let's move forward. Okay, this right here is basically don't use the free email services, right? So don't use party chick at Yahoo, right? You don't want to do that, right? Okay, cool. Fax numbers. Lenders perceive a credible business as one with a fax number, right? Okay, now, once you got your certificate from the Secretary of State and you have your EIN number that you get immediately, then you could go get a bank account with those two information, with those two pieces of documents, with those two documents and your ID. All right, they're going to need your ID to identify who you are, right? Your business banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure larger business loans. The date you open your business bank account is the day that lenders consider your business to have started. Okay, crucial. Licensing. Basically this, right? The most common mistakes when building business credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. A lot of people got the business licenses, but they might have an old address. You can get denied for that, and they don't have to tell you why they denied you, right? So basically, every place where your business name, the business needs to be spelled exactly the same as you got it from your Secretary of State, and you have to have your telephone number listed, and the address needs to be listed the same. Every place your business name is. Do not abbreviate your name. Don't leave out special characters, all that stuff. Y'all know what exactly means, right? So your business name and address needs to be exact every place somebody else is reading it, okay? That's a good practice. Now, if you have an already existing business, right? Let's say you have a business already, and you do a Google search on your business, and you have a whole bunch of old addresses and old telephone numbers out on different places. You would want to have all that line up correctly, because when lenders see these different addresses and telephone numbers, that's not a good look. It's not a good look, okay? So Yext, Y-E-X-T, is a company that provides a service called data cleansing, and they wipe everything to be the same every place on the internet. Yext, the service that they offer is data cleansing. Okay, so boom, that's the scenario for credibility. Setting up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Does anybody have any questions on that? because that's the most important piece to this whole thing. All right. So if you got a question, put it in the chat room. We're going to keep rolling. Okay. Step 2. Now, remember what I said. Building business credit is a step-by-step process, no skipping steps. Each step is needed for the next step. Okay? Now, step 2 is understanding your business credit reports. Why do you need your business credit reports? That's why. Let me go over that, right? Okay. Business credits reports are offered by Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. These are the 3 most popular business credit reporting agencies. These are the ones you need to focus on, right? I'll say that again. Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, all right? You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what is being reported already. So if you have a business set up, what you can do is go to /reports. You will see these logos that are linked to the respective websites to a place where you can put your business name and address in on them, right? And then you can find out if your business has a report at these agencies already. And sometimes you may have a report. If you have set up your Secretary of State and you have not done anything, they may know that you exist and give you a bad report already, okay? So it's good to find out what they have on you, okay? So cool. Now, these companies, what they are in the business of doing is collecting data, repackaging this data, and selling it. That's what they do. So they will sell you your business credit report for about $100 per month, okay, for each one of these companies. Now, when you do business with my company, we'll give you all three reports for $25 a month. So we'll save you a little bit of money right there, okay? Just so you know. Okay, now, once you got all of those credibility points lined up, right? Your name, address, telephone, all that stuff I talked to you about, right? Now we're going to run over here to Dun & Bradstreet and get ourselves a free DUNS number. A free DUNS number. This is important. So, and the DUNS number is an identifying number for your company directly linked to your address. Okay. So you're going to go get this free DUNS number. You're going to apply to get a DUNS number. It's going to take about 30 days to get this. And in this 30-day period, they will contact you by email and by phone, and they will convince you that you need to buy something in order to get this free DUNS number. You don't have to buy anything. It is absolutely free. The stuff that they try to sell you are good stuff, but it only affects Dun & Bradstreet and does not affect the other business credit reporting agencies. You don't have to buy that stuff. Get your DUNS number for free, and I'm gonna show you how to make sure everything is right, okay? So boom, you go get this DUNS number, right? It's free. Now, at Dun & Bradstreet, they have another number. It's called the pay debt score. The pay debt score goes from 0 to 100. The pay debt score is the number that creditors look at to determine your credit worthiness. Dun & Bradstreet will not give you a pay debt score until 3 vendors have reported to them. Okay? That's crucial to know, right? Okay, so cool. You need 3 vendors to report to Dun & Bradstreet before they issue you a pay debt score. And if those 3 vendors that reported to Dun & Bradstreet, you pay them on time, then your pay debt score that they will initially give you is about a 76 out of 100, which is a lendable number. So a 70 pay debt score is a lendable number. But it's good to have your pay debt score up to 80 or better. That's where I get my clients, 80 or better pay debt score. That's where you need to be, okay? All right. Experian. Experian, they have what they call the small business reports, right? They go for $49 and $99 per month. Equifax, they have the Equifax Small Business Credit Report. Theirs goes for $99 a month. All right. So once again, that's Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. These are the three major business credit reporting agencies. Okay, cool. What you say? Oh, Jasmine got a question. There's a cost for the Experian report, though. Oh yeah, all of these companies are going to charge you to access your business credit reports. They're in the business of collecting data and selling them. So they're going to sell you this data, your business credit report, right? Each one of them, right? We'll give you a discount when you work with us. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna run up into step 3, right? Now we're gonna actually do some business credit building. You see how long it took to do that stuff. Now you have to understand that stuff to get to where we go. All right. Now we're gonna do vendor accounts. And this piece is not too easy. Okay. This piece is not too easy. Because we have to find vendors that's going to give us credit when we have no credit, and they have to report to the business credit reporting agencies. First of all, not that many companies are going to give you credit when you have no credit. And second of all, only 10% of all businesses report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high guidelines and restrictions to even be able to report. So it's hard to find these companies that can be starter vendors that start your business credit profile. If you're starting from scratch and don't have nothing, then you need to find these type of businesses to get your business credit profile started. Okay? And that's the goal right now, to get your business credit profile started by getting vendors that's going to give you a net 30 account, which means they're going to give you a little bit of credit. And when you buy something on credit, you have to pay the total amount off in 30 days. Hence the term net 30, right? Vendor accounts. Okay. A business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer report commonly is, with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These types of accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit and net 30 accounts. All right. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing. And I told you about that already, right? Okay. Here we go. Starter vendors. Here are some starter vendors who will approve you for initial credit, even if you have none now. Maverick is the start go-to. Maverick, they report to all 3 reporting agencies. And when you get these starter vendors, you need to know who they report to, and you need to know when they report. Okay. You need to know from these vendors who they report to so that you'll know what report to look for your trade line, right? Okay. So Maverick, you can go to this website and start your Maverick account /vendors. And there's a link to the Maverick joint, and it'll give you the hookup on that, right? Also check out on that page the CEO creator. All right. The CEO creator. Check out if you qualify for that. Those are two good starter vendors, right? There's also Granger, there's Barnett, and there's Uline. Granger, they sell tools and work supplies, right? Barnett is a Home Depot company. They sell everything Home Depot sells. Uline sells janitorial supplies, food service supplies, right? All type of little stuff, right? So when you're doing this, it's all about adjusting how you already spend your money. Adjust so that you can make payments that increase your business, that help you with your business credit. It's adjusting your spending patterns, right? Okay. Always apply without using your social. Some vendors will request it, and some will even tell you on the phone that they need it. So on these applications, there's a place to put the social. You leave that blank. There's a place to put the EIN number. That's where you put your EIN number. If you have an application that has a place for your social and there's no place for your EIN number, then you have the wrong application. Word, word. When your first 3 net 30 accounts reports your trade line to Dun & Bradstreet, the Dun system will automatically generate a pay debt score for your business. Right? Cool. Okay. Pay your net 30 accounts in full and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendor's reporting cycles to get into the reporting system. It typically takes 3 cycles, right? So it's going to take you about 90 days to make this happen. I see your hand, Jasmine. Hold on one second. Okay, so it's going to take you about 3 months to get these net 30 accounts in. You need 5 of them, all right? That's why I got this car. You see the car? They got the number 5. The car got the smoke, but look at his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit. Let's roll. Go ahead, Jasmine. You got a question? Run it.
Yes, I had a question. You mentioned if there's a social security number and an EIN, leave the social security number blank.
That's right. On the application, you
so
if blank.
So it's possible for them to process it. So I was just wondering about Sam's, because when I talked to someone about Sam, I thought Sam's was one of the ones where you didn't need the social, but then the customer service person couldn't really tell me, because there are 2 spots. There was a spot for the social and there's a spot for EIN, and I didn't want to list the social.
Okay, Sam's is one that you do need to give them your social. Sam's is not a starter vendor. Okay, gotcha. That's not a starter vendor. For them, you already have to have credit, business credit. All right. Now, this is the deal though. That's a revolving account. And for revolving accounts is different. Revolving accounts, they mostly use a third party to finance your account. The net 30 accounts, they finance your net 30 account in-house. Those revolving accounts, they have a new law that started in 2018 that now they need to identify who this is. All right. So the ones that do provide a credit without a personal guarantee, they will have a place for your social. But they will explain in the fine detail that this is only used to identify who you are. Then they have another place. Then they have another place. Hold on. Then they have another place to put your EIN number, your social, but it is a place to use you as a personal guarantor. And the explanation is in the fine print, and the fine print is in legal terminology.
So yeah, that's the part I didn't understand when they were talking about the reason why they need it, because they list both. and they stated that the social was needed for the personal guarantee. And then I asked them, I said, well, is this going to go on both the business and the personal credit report? And they said yes.
Right. So that's one that in that part where they take your social and it is a personal guarantee, then yes, that they're using your social as a personal guarantee. Now, if they are a vendor that will give it to you without a personal guarantee, then there will be a place to put your social and an explanation that's only used to identify who you are.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we got that out the way. All right, so now once you got your 5 starter vendors on your credit report, preferably 3 to Dun & Bradstreet, 1 to Experian, 1 to Equifax. Now you can go to revolving accounts like Home Depot, right? Now, after 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance every month. They give you a minimum amount to pay, like a credit card, okay? Most stores will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has an established credit profile and score. Just like in the consumer world, vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score. Then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines. So it'll take you about 90 days to get those 5 vendors. Okay, it'll take you just about every bit of those 90 days. Okay, because it takes time. Once you make the payment, first you got to go get the account, make a purchase, pay it in 30 days, and then it takes about 45 days for them to actually put it on your credit report. So you have to wait. You got to be, be patient, right? Okay. Okay. Here goes some vendors. Here goes some revolving accounts. Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack, and there's many more, right? But they all have different requirements, right? Some of these have timing business requirements, like you have to be in there for 3 years, some of these. Now, one thing about doing business with my company is when we give you these vendors, we give you the underwriting guidelines, the exact requirements to get the account. See, if you do this on your own and you call up a vendor and you ask them, what do I need to get qualified for this account? They're going to tell you, fill out this application. I'll tell you if you get qualified. Okay. So having those underwriting guidelines is valuable. They save you time, right? And we're going to give you the vendors. And these vendors, the starter vendors and these revolving accounts, they change their requirements regularly. And so we have a staff that knows the requirements all the time, and we keep them updated all the time. So we know which vendors to go to, which vendors not to go to. A year ago, I was using a company called Strategic Network Solutions that I always use, but they stopped reporting. So now I don't even say it in my report. They no longer report, okay? So they change all the time, all right? And that's one of the things that we do. We keep an updated list of all the vendors with their requirements. So you're not wasting time. You know if you're gonna qualify before you even ask them, okay? Okay. Store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner can get Visa, MasterCard, Amex type credit cards, okay? Once 10 accounts are on the credit, on your credit profile, an owner can then start applying for Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Approved amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit on the account. Now, when you get to this point where you're looking for business credit cards and you go out there and you search for business credit cards, what you're going to find is these cards that say they're a business credit card, like Capital One, right? They got this card that says, hey, we're a business credit card, but if you ask them who they report to, they're going to say TransUnion. That's not a business credit card. A business credit card reports to Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, or Experian, okay? Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit accounts. So what you want to do is when you get these revolving accounts, you want to pick at least one of them and use it more often. When they see that you are making on-time payments, then you call them and ask for an increase. And you keep calling them and ask for an increase. When they see you're making on-time payments, call them and have it increase, have your limit increase. And they will do that if they see that you are making on-time payments, all right? You try to get a high limit of $10,000. You can get your account up to that amount, then you'll be doing fine. Because when you go to those business credit cards, they're gonna approve you for your highest limit. You see that, right? All right, bet. Cool. It is essential to keep using your credit, keep applying for more credit, and talk with credit providers to raise your credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months. So people ask me, how long does it take to build business credit? It's not a one answer thing, right? Because everybody does this differently. You have to have some administrativeness about you, which means you have to go set up an account, you have to make a purchase, you have to pay it on time. And not everybody can do this patiently without, not everybody can do this. I'm just saying, right? Not everybody can do it. And they do it or if they do it at a different pace, right? So it's not a particular time frame. But if you're diligent and you know what you're doing, you can do it in 12 months. Not that many people can do it in less than 12 months. Most people do it in over 12 months, but there are people that have done it in way less than 12 months, okay? All right, no skipping steps, 10 trade lines, that's your goal. 10 trade lines on your credit reports. High limit of 10,000. Cash business credit accounts will match the highest credit limit reported on your credit profile. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, you will get access to. And once you got business credit, you get access to loans and credit lines. Now, what we're going to do is go over 3 funding options, 3 alternative funding options that the banks do not offer. When the big banks can't help, we can. Okay, now these 3 I'm getting ready to run down. You may qualify for them, you may not qualify for them, right? I go over them so you can understand the thought process of getting funding for your business. The first one is cash flow financing. Cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. The banks don't do this, okay? These are cash advances that look at account management for approval. So if you have more than $3,000 in deposits per month, you can be approved. This is the fastest and the easiest money you are going to find to secure money. So nowadays, there are companies that do this nice and fast, simple and easy ways to get cash flow funding. This is for existing businesses, not for new businesses, because you have to have cash flow, right? So one of my funding partners is David Allen Capital. They do cash flow financing and some other stuff, okay? If you go to my website and click the, you can just go to the get funding, right? / get funding, and you can find information on David Allen Capital. Okay. Now with David Allen Capital, they got this situation where you put your a small, quick application, and from the information you put on your application, it's going to direct you to the correct place. So if you put in there that you make less than $3,000, it's going to kick back an email saying that you don't qualify, right? If you say that you make between 3 and 5,000, and you have you use a personal bank account or your business bank account, then they will take you to Giggle Finance, where we have funding for gig workers. All 1099 workers can get funding, even if you don't have a business bank account, even if you don't have a business. If you're a 1099 person, right? They're going to look at your bank account to make sure you're making between 3 and 5,000 in a month. They're going to look at 3 months, and they're going to qualify you right there on the spot, and you'll have the money in your account in 10 minutes. All right, for real. All right, so if you make between $5,000 and $10,000, then they send you to Biddy Advance. This one, you do need a business bank account, and you need to have a FICO score of 550 or better. And you get the big money if you have $15,000 or more in monthly deposits, right? That's where you get the big money, okay? And this is all streamlined. That big money stuff you can get in about a few days, less than a few days. They'll approve you, get the money in your account, all right? Serious stuff, cash flow financing, all right? There's many out there, but that's a good one right there. Check that out by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Now, we're going to talk about collateral-based financing. Collateral-based financing can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you're about to lend, right? Okay. Even as a startup with bad credit, you can still secure collateral-based finances if you have collateral. And because they know they're going to get their money back, the interest rate is kind of low. All right. So here goes some types of collateral that you can use. Accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is for people that have outstanding invoices where you can batch your invoices and sell them, right? Like freight companies. My company, the client that I got, his name is Jay, the free money guy. That's what he does for his freight company. He batches his invoices. He has a trucking company. The trucking company sends a delivery. They invoice for that delivery, but they won't get paid for 30 days. So he sells his invoices and gets paid in 24 hours, right? So that's accounts receivable funding. Purchase orders is like when you have a government contract. You can't go to the bank with your government contract, right? But there are alternative lenders that mean that look at that government contract as straight money because they know that you're going to get paid. And they will give you a loan based on that contract that you have, right? So you go in there saying that, hey, I got this government contract. I just need this piece of equipment in order to satisfy this, right? So I can get this money. Boom, that's straight money. The banks ain't going to do that. Okay, stocks, bonds, 401ks. If you have these type of investments, they stay intact while you are able to get a business loan on this, right? Revenue lending is like cash flow funding. Inventory and equipment. If you have $100,000 worth of inventory or equipment, then you can use that as a business and get a business loan. Real estate. If you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan, okay? Insurance agents. Insurance agents have what they call a book of business. That's their list of clients, and insurance agents can get a loan based on their list of clients, their book of business. Okay, this is the third one, the credit line hybrid program. This one is good if you have good personal credit. And it's also good for startups, okay? Unsecured credit based financing is a great way to get money for your business if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. So it don't have to be you. It could be grandpa, right? Whoever trusts you, you can use theirs, right? You can use their credit. You need to have a 685 or above. And this is how it works. They're going to look at your personal credit. They're going to look at your highest revolving account limit. They will match that amount by up to 5 times on 5 credit cards. So for example, let's say you got a Home Depot card. You got $30,000 limit on your Home Depot card. They will give you 5 credit cards with $30,000 on it, up to $150,000. All right. This is really good for startups. Now, there's 2 drawbacks to this program. There's 2 drawbacks. The first drawback is inquiries on your personal, right? But the good part about it is they approve you based on your personal. But when you make a payment to these credit cards, they report to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay, that means that you can get up to 10 trade lines real fast. Okay. Now the other drawback is that there's a 10% funding fee on the back end. So once you get your credit cards, then you just pay them 10% of whatever they got you, and you can pay it off of the credit cards. Okay, so that's the 2 drawbacks to that. But I like to tell people that if the money that you're going to get access to is going to generate you more money than it costs, then you can determine whether or not this is a worthwhile loan. It's not a worthwhile loan if the cost of the loan exceeds the benefit of you getting the loan, right? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move. We have access to other funding, alternative funding also, like private monies. We have private companies that are just looking for good ideas. We have venture capital and equity capital. These are like Shark Tank companies where they give you money, but they take a piece of your business, right? You also know about crowdfunding, right? For certain businesses, you can use crowdfunding to get money for you, right? You can even get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Now, the equipment, right? So let's go back to the free money deal, right? My client, his name is Jay. He has the freight company, right? So when I saw that $250,000 hitting the bank, I found out what he was doing, right? This is what he was doing. He has a company over here. This company is a freight company. Then he got a company over here. This company is a truck sales company. Okay. So the trucking company, the freight company, they need to buy trucks, right? So he'll go get an equipment loan so he could buy a truck. Well, actually, he went to go buy a fleet of trucks. Okay. He goes to buy a fleet of trucks. When he gets approved, they cut the check to the truck sales company so he could buy the trucks. That's his own company. So he got a check coming in so that his other company can buy the trucks. So now he figured, I don't have to buy the trucks. I just got the money, right? So, and then if you hold it, if you don't go and buy the truck, then it automatically turns into a loan, right? It automatically turns into a loan when you don't go and buy, right? They sent the check, but you didn't go and get your trucks, right? So what he did was he got the money and put it in his bank, and he don't even pay the loan because when you default as a business, they come for the assets of your business. They don't come for your personal stuff. They come for the assets of that business. So when he defaults on that loan for those trucks, they're just looking for the trucks. And this guy, he's gone now. He's gone. He disappeared. He got $250,000 in his pocket, and he's just going to the next deal. And this particular guy, he got about 4 or 5 of these deals on the table at any given time. Okay. So now it's kind of immoral doing it the way he does it. I don't want to do that. That's why I teach you the real way to build business credit. Trade line by trade line, step by step. That's how you build business credit. This guy was taking shortcuts, but that's what let me know that business credit is real. So check out my hashtag, business credit is real. All right. That's how he got free money. And he does this regularly. All right. I just want to be able to access some money so I can build my business. But this is what he does. All right. Now, check this out. Christine, this is one of my clients. She's gotten all of these approvals in 6 months without using her social. Now, not everybody can do this though. She's able to do this because her husband is a truck driver. She's a stay-at-home mom, right? Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet 6,000, BJ 7,000, BP 8, Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15. Whew, look at this list. This list is over $250,000. Okay. Y'all see it? It can be done. You can do it too. You just have to follow the steps, no skipping steps, right? Cool. Now, I also got a whole bunch of information that is on my blog that I cannot fit into these webinars, right? So go to my blog. There's a whole bunch of information. I got all these social media joints, right? We got video podcasts on Spotify. Word is born. Video podcast. And make sure y'all schedule your consultation if y'all need to get started right now in building your business credit, right? Schedule your consultation at businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And shortly, we are going at 8:30, we're going to start a new webinar, and I'm going to go over how we do it. How we build credit. We build business credit with the Business Credit Builder, which is powered by the Business Finance Suite. It's an online control panel that I'm going to show you in this next video. If you have not registered for it, you will need the link and the passcode to get into it. Register right now while there's still time to get in there. Okay. Does anybody got any questions? Raise your hands, open your mic. Was this useful? Did I waste my time? Did you waste your time? Let me know if I wasted your time. All right. All right. So that's the move, right? I also got ebooks. You can go to /ebooks and check out the ebooks I got there, right? Bust that. And there goes my contact information once again. Yes, yes. All right. Miss LeBlanc, thank you. Very grateful. She did that in 2 words, but I got it. She's very grateful. All right. I thank you very much, Miss LeBlanc. Jasmine, she says, yes, this is very useful. This is my 2nd time hearing it. It's always a great presentation. Thank you. Good night. Thank you very much, Miss Paul. Jasmine, thank you. And if we don't have no questions, then we're gonna call it the night. I'm gonna get ready for this next joint where we're gonna show you how to get into the business credit builder and show you how the system works, how easy it is. All right. So no more questions. Y'all have a good one. Oh, hold on. Ruben got something. How do I log into your next section? Well, let's see. You got to go to my website, businesscreditbuilder.us/events, right? Then you register. You'll get the new link, all right? And if y'all are having problems, call me at 404-500-9687. If you have problems getting in there, call me. We'll make sure you get in there some way or another. All right, we're gonna figure it out if you can't get in. All right, cool. All right, everybody, make sure y'all schedule a consult. Oh, and make sure y'all get your free guide on how to build business credit. Another thing, this is going to be recorded on YouTube, and if you are looking at this on YouTube, then make sure you subscribe, like, and put comments. Say something in the comments or something that helps me out a little bit, right? All right, everybody, thank y'all for coming out. Once again, it's on and popping. We're gonna do this next one real quick. Peace. Yeah. That's how we go down. That's how it goes down, this mug. Yeah. What's up, Zaka? Ruben, Javon, Rick is still in here. KR, what up? Yeah. All right, everybody. Peace and love.